Good morning, Knights. Today is the day that we officially kick off course registration for the next school year. I don't know about you, but it does feel like we just started this school year, and here we are, we're planning for the next one already. It's kind of crazy to me. Today I'm going to give you an overview of the road ahead of you for the next 2 weeks. So we're going to look at the course registration process, what your deadlines are, course information, and just a lot of information for you to take in today. So let's dive in. Today in United, each of you are going to receive a blank course planning worksheet, a list of courses that are available for choice for the next school year. You're going to all receive a copy of your current transcript, and you'll get a copy of the educational planning guide. So don't leave United today without receiving all of these items from your teacher. We give you a copy of your transcript so that you can use that to help you decipher what your next courses in sequence are and what courses that you want to take for the next school year. So we want you to use it as a guide. The transcript takes all of the courses that you have taken through the last semester. It also has your grades and any credits earned. It has star data on there as well. I'll say this, if you're newly enrolled to Clear Falls as of this January, it is likely that you won't receive a transcript today. You can see the registrar or the counselor that did your enrollment to request a copy of your transcript from your previous school to help guide you through this process. Everybody's transcript is updated at the end of each semester, and we upload an unofficial copy of your transcript into your parent's Skyward account. This allows you to have access to an updated copy at all times. The educational planning guides, we call them the EPG, they're available online. That's your most accurate and up-to-date copy of that educational planning guide. We also have hard copies in the College Center, so if you want a hard copy, you want that book so you can write in it, stop by the College Center and we'll gladly give you one. We do have a limited supply, so they are available on first come, first serve. I want to point out to you that EPG is a district publication, so it contains all of the courses offered throughout CCISD. Not all of the courses that are listed in the EPG are going to be offered at Clear Falls. There's a ton of great information in the EPG, but for now, what we want you focusing on is the course grade level requirement for a certain course, any prerequisites that may be required for a course, the GPA level, and any other pertinent notes that are provided in that course description. I'll also point out to you that graduation plans, according to your endorsement, are also located in the educational planning guide. It's a good idea to find yours and use it as a guide. What have you completed, mark it through, and then that just kind of helps you what your next course and sequence is or what remaining coursework you have for graduation requirements. This is a snip of the course list. You are going to need this to help you determine what your course requests are going to be. The document itself, it's 4 pages for you guys. It lists all of the courses we are going to initially offer to our students to choose to take next year. I should warn you though, some of the classes that are on this sheet may not make next year. So that determination is made mostly by student demand of the course itself and or teacher availability to teach the course. So we may offer it, we may have student interest, but we just may not have the teacher to teach that. So scan that list of courses, scan the list for courses that you think you're interested in taking, then look those courses up in the EPG. That's how you use those 2 documents side by side. Pay attention to your prerequisites. Also, make a note of any courses that you're interested in that require an application or tryout or audition. You want to make sure that you are choosing your courses carefully. You're making a commitment for the entire school year next year. We do allow you to make changes to your course request all the way through the end of April. So we're looking at Friday, April the 26th to be the deadline. After that deadline comes and goes, all of your course requests are locked in. So no changes will be allowed. Just like in previous years, we are not requiring you to turn in a completed course request card. So we still provide you with a blank document, and we actually give this to you that'll help you organize what classes you want to request. So it's just a good organizational tool. What you are required to do is enter your course request in Skyward. So you'll want to use this document as a planning tool, write some things down, kind of organize what your 7 credits are going to be, get your alternates listed on there as well, and then you'll take that document to let you know what you need to enter into your Skyward account. As I mentioned earlier, make sure you're paying attention to those prerequisites and any of our courses or programs that are going to require an application or some sort of tryout. You're not going to be allowed in that course or that program without that application, so don't forget it. Even though we close course registration on February the 20th, you can still make changes to your request through Friday, April 26th. We don't care if you make 100 changes between now and that time, but just know that Friday the 26th, we're not going to let you make any more changes after that. Be sure that you're giving us 7 credits of first choice courses, and then we want you to give us at least 4 credits of alternate choices as well. To select your courses, you kind of want to use all those 3 things together. They're like, marry them as one. So use the course list along with the EPG to help you determine what courses you want to request. Every student, even our rising seniors, must select 7 credits for their first choice courses. And I'll touch on what that looks like for our rising seniors who are going to select school service or release. So everybody's got to give us 7 credits. We want a full course request there. And then those alternate choices, they are just as important as your first choice courses as well. So for the alternate choices, we're asking that you, first and foremost, don't ever leave that blank. We don't want you to not list any alternate choices. What we're asking for is that you select at least 4 credits of courses in this alternate list, and then we ask that you list them in the order in which you want us to choose them. So put them in your list, your order of preference. I think you'd be surprised at how often we have to pull courses into the schedule itself that are coming from the alternate list for a variety of reasons. So moral of the story, do not leave the alternates blank. Give us some courses to choose from. Once you've decided what courses you want to request and you've got that worksheet filled out, then you must enter those choices into your Skyward account. What you'll do when you log into your Skyward account, you'll click on that schedule tab where you go now to look at your current schedule. And on the 6th, when we open it up, then you're going to also see where your schedule is. You'll see a secondary thing that says request courses for the 24-25 school year. Click on that and get busy. So it's going to open it up. It'll start out blank. You'll see courses listed there, and you'll just start entering those course requests. Don't remember how to enter those course requests. It's something we only do once a year, so it's definitely easy to forget. No worries on that. It's actually a pretty simple process, but if you need some direction, stop by the College Center and we'll give you a cheat sheet for that. So once you see that, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's simple. I got it. So stop by the College Center. We'll probably have some in some of the houses as well. Make sure, so some important reminders for you, make sure you're paying attention to your deadlines. You can enter your course request anytime between today at 5 p.m. I'm going to open it up, turn it on for you around 5 o'clock today. And you can enter course request or go back in and make changes or add things, take things away all the way through the end of the day, February the 20th. As I talked about earlier, we don't care if you make 100 changes to your course request. Make sure you get that done before or by April 26th. After that, we're not going to let you make any changes to what you've selected. And a lot of that's because we build a master schedule around what you guys tell us you want to take. So it's super important that we lock it down at some point so then we can start deciphering where our teachers are going to be spread. Changes have to be submitted to your counselor in writing. So once we close it on February the 20th, you won't have access to go into Skyward and make changes. You'll have to submit your changes in writing to your counselor. And just so you know, I want to take the time to say this, I promise you that we do our very best to create your schedule to match your course request as closely as we can. There are a lot of variables that come into play when we're actually putting that schedule together. Sometimes courses don't make, there's only one period of a course and it conflicts with your band or your athletic period. So a lot of things come into play on that. But I promise, we try to get it as closely to those first seven credits that you've given us. We have some specialty programs that do require you to submit an application to be considered for the course or the program. So we want you to pay particular attention to these, because if you don't submit that application or you don't do that tryout, you won't be considered, you can't be considered for that particular course or program. And submit the application by the deadline. That's the other thing. So let's take a dive and look at those. So we have some campus-based programs so they're housed on our campus that do require an application. If you are interested in any of these courses or program, you'll see on this list, I've got where you need to route, where you need to take yourself to get that application. So for our dual credit kiddos, release time, school service, that application or that process is available in the College Center, or you can see your counselor in the house. If you want to be in PALS, Ms. Forrest has that application. Ms. Gettner has the application for yearbook. And then our peer assistance or partner PE class, that application is available in the College Center. You can get it from your counselor, or you can see Ms. German for that. So make sure you pay attention to that piece. Now let's talk about our fantastic career and technical education program here in CCISD. We actually house some of these great specialty courses on our campus, and then we have courses that are throughout the district on other campuses that you guys can actually apply to be a part of as well. There is a minimum grade level on some of these, so make sure that you're paying attention to making sure that you're the right grade level and that you meet all of the prereqs to apply. So let's take a look. So the application for these CTE programs is a separate application than the ones I talked about earlier. So this is not the same as when you pick up your application for school service or release or PALS. So this one is actually online. It is currently open. It's been open for a week or so. So you just hit that website, ccisd.net/CTE application. It'll take you right in. You'll log in using your school login credentials, and then it's pretty self-explanatory. You don't have to wait to submit your course request to submit your application. In fact, the application is truly what's driving it, so I'd go ahead and knock out that application now, and then you can certainly get that course added to your course request as well. But the application is the most important piece of it. These particular CTE programs listed on this slide are actually on our campus themselves. So like with the biotechnology, we have practicum and small business, which is the school store, our teacher educating. That's just a few of them. These are housed on campus. They do have an application. It's going to drive through that CTE application I just showed you, but they are on our campus. So if you have questions about that program, good news for you. The teachers on our campus. So swing by and visit with the teacher that I have listed next to the particular program, and they'll be able to answer any questions that you might have. The CTE programs listed on this slide are held on another campus in CCISD. You are able to apply to be a part of these programs, with the exception of CNA, cosmetology, and welding. So our 3 programs that are held at the Clearview campus. Transportation is not provided. So to be a part of any of those programs except those 3 we just mentioned, you're going to need transportation to and from the campus where the program is held. These courses are going to take up at least 2 class periods in your schedule. Some of them are going to require an additional travel period to be built in. So you need to probably make sure that you've got room in your schedule for that. You can ask your counselor what that looks like for you, and then we can get that built out for you. If you have any questions about our CTE programs, obviously the ones on campus, you can stop by and see our teachers. For the ones that are off our campus, stop by the College Center. You can visit with Ms. Dearman about this, and also your counselor has that information as well. Just a few reminders before I close this out. So don't leave United today. Probably the biggest thing is don't leave United today without getting all of your documents that you need for the course registration. So remember your transcript, a course worksheet, that blank course worksheet that helps you organize it, and then the course list. So the list of courses that we've made available to you guys. If you want an EPG, we have hard copies in the College Center. Swing by, we'll get you one. It's also available online, so whatever works for you. So make sure today you're getting those documents from your United teacher. If you've got a friend that's absent today, they're in your United, just remind them. It's going to stay housed with your United teacher, so if you're absent, if your friend's absent today and they're here on Thursday, they're good to go. They'll be able to get those documents. Next Tuesday, February the 13th, we're going to host our annual Night U and Course Fair Expo. So the Course Fair Expo, we use that to showcase all of these amazing courses and programs that we have available to our students. So it's a good opportunity to visit with teachers about everything that we have available to you, what it actually entails. A lot of these teachers bring out work from those programs, or they bring out the animals that are tied to it. So it's a fun night. You definitely don't want to miss that. If you're wanting to do dual credit next year, we do have a required meeting for you guys. It'll be on that same night at 7:20. This will be for any of our current 10th or 11th graders who are interested in taking dual credit courses next year. And we want your parent to attend the meeting as well. So 7:20 in the auditorium. Then another breakout meeting we're going to have that evening is for our current 11th graders. Your college application process is truly peeking around the corner for you. It's going to be here before you know it. So we house a meeting in the spring semester to kind of walk you through what to expect, like what you need to be doing right now, what's going to come at you over during the summer, anything and everything that can get you prepared for next fall when you actually start that process. This meeting will be held at 6:40 that night, and it's likely going to be in the library. And then lastly, you're going to have until midnight on Tuesday, February the 20th to enter your course request in Skyward. Don't forget to do this. If you forget and it's blank, we'll have to pick your courses to it. That's not really something we like to do because invariably you don't like what we chose. And then at that point, we don't let you change because you didn't do the process when we asked you to do it. So we want you to have a voice in what you take next year. So it's pretty simple. Just do it. And then if you have questions, because I'm sure questions are going to arise, you have a multitude of opportunities to meet with your counselor, and then we're going to set up another option for you as well. So I have an amazing group of counselors who will meet with you whenever you need to see them. They are available at 7 p.m. or 7 a.m. after or before school, and then they're here after school until 3 p.m. so you can stop by their office. You can also stop by and see them during Night Quest. Don't forget that we hold our lunch and learns on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the College Center. You can swing by and talk with the counselor there. And then as always, you can request an appointment. Special mention to our current juniors. Your academic conference is going to take place while we're running course selection. So you're going to have the opportunity to sit down and have an individual conference with your counselor at that point as well. You can also stop by the College Center. If we can't answer it, we're going to route you in the direction that you need to go. One thing I want to point out, super important to remember, your counselors are very busy right now. This is a high volume time. We're also visiting intermediate campuses and walking our rising ninth graders through this very same process. So don't wait till the last minute to see your counselor. And if you put in a request to see her and she doesn't get you right away, don't panic. She'll get you in. You may not get to see her before the deadline, and that's okay. Go ahead and get your course request entered by the deadline. Remember, we can always make changes to that, so there's no big deal on that. We're going to be popping into United classes the next couple of weeks through a Teams meeting. Just going to leave it open. So if you have questions, you can ask your United teacher to jot that down, and then they can jump into that Teams meeting, and either myself or another counselor will be moderating that chat room and answering those questions. That's going to be more reserved for general questions, not more specific questions to you. And then let your United teacher know so they can start making a list on that. And nights, I can't stress it enough, course selection is very important for a wide variety of reasons. So please take care of your business with fidelity. This is something you definitely want to sit down with your parents or guardians to discuss with them as well, and put some thought processes into it. Don't just put a bunch of courses down. Make sure it's something that you are good, that you can live with being in all year long. We want to make sure that we have the most accurate representation of the courses that you want to take next year. So that's it. That's all I've got. It's a lot to take in, and you're going to do great. Coming up on the next 2 Thursdays, we'll have a course showcase done through Night Vision, and then I'll join you guys again next Tuesday for some additional information on school service release and some other programs that we need to feed you. So Knights, go have a great day, and good luck with this.